All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. In this video, we are going to be in the 147-pound division talking about the ongoing saga with Terence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. It is now spilled into Twitter, onto ESPN, and a whole lot of things being said and a lot of attacks being made on Errol Spence Jr.'s team by Terence Crawford's team. Obviously, something that I thought they said they would not be doing since they're in a negotiation trying to make a fight, but they're not acting like it. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. We are in the 147-pound division. Terence Crawford's camp is going haywire, attacking Errol Spence Jr.'s camp over things related to this fight getting made. Also attacks Jermell Charlo, but the Jermell Charlo attack is a little bit more understandable because, you know, of the saying, don't start one, won't be none. Now, before I get into the details, though, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you're a longtime subscriber and supporter, thank you so much for your support. It really, really, really does mean a lot. Much love to my man, Mike Kirkland, Quace, and my man Tevin. Thank you guys so much for continuing to support the channel in the super chats and the super thanks and the Cash App. It really does allow the channel to continue to grow and move on, because you know how it works in this world. Ain't nothing free. So thank you for that support. Now let's get, and if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. Okay, so here we go. Errol Spence Jr., Terence Crawford in negotiations for fights that every mainstream report that has come out about it have been wrong about. Now, no matter how many times the same guy is wrong. Now, and trust me, if this was me and I was wrong about something that I told you was going to happen over and over and over again, some of you guys that are in the comment section and you know who you are would be saying something to me, right? Oh, you were wrong about this. You were wrong about that. If I was wrong, like Mike Coppinger had been wrong, I know I'd hear from you. First, Mike Coppinger came out, and this is where a lot of this stuff starts, and it gets to Terence Crawford's camp, getting into a beef on Twitter with Errol Spence Jr.'s camp. So Mike Coppinger comes out and says, maybe 2 weeks ago, that the fight's all done. All the material terms have been agreed to. Terence Crawford has agreed to all financial terms, right? He specifically uses the word all financial terms have been agreed to. So fast forward to now, after reports come out, the first one that I know of in a video format coming out was on this channel, but heard it on another channel in a live stream, that the fight was going to get pushed back and November 19th was not going to work because they still had significant hurdles to overcome in the negotiation, right? So we're now as a date of this video is October 2nd. November 19th is less than 6 weeks away. So seeing as it's less than 6 weeks away, more than likely this fight's not going to happen. That's just easy to know that. So now we're pushing it to December, probably because there's only like a date or two available in December, because of course, you know, you have Christmas in December, right? And you've got NFL football and all kind of other stuff taking place in December. It's going to get pushed off to January and February. Now, all of a sudden, this guy comes out and says, Mike Coppinger comes out and says that the holdup of the fight is that Terence Crawford, first of all, they said the holdup before was Daniel Kinahan and issues related to Daniel Kinahan, who was accused of being an international mobster, being associated with Terence Crawford, and how the PBC had to make sure that they were vetting that. Now that goes to the wayside because now that's not the real big deal. Now the real deal is that Terence Crawford wants visibility and approval on all of the expenses related to the pay-per-view fight because he is getting zero money up front He's getting zero money up front and 35% on 35% of the pay-per-view. So Errol Spence Jr.'s camp responds and says, look, man, and this is what I'm thinking, like all of this drama that you guys are going through is just going to make it worse when the fight actually takes place. When none of you guys that are doing all this talking and insulting this guy and insulting that person can actually get in the ring to fight for him, and y'all gonna see when the fight gets made. So the good news of that is that obviously, and this is from Jay Islam, you can say, I usually, people put his tweets up on on different videos. So now I'll say who it is. Usually I don't do that because there wasn't a lot of traction going on, and I don't know how much out there he wants, with the things that he's saying. But now that is out there, it's on his Twitter page. He says, that these guys can't save you. And then Terence Crawford's sister is out there talking, just saying things like we got Errol Spence Jr. Hiding behind his manager. We got Jermell Charlo, who's trying to play matchmaker and have other people fight for him. Look what, y'all need to make it make sense to me. And I'm looking at all this stuff thinking, man, it is not hard for me. It makes perfect sense to me. Number one, as far as Al Heyman and Al Heyman and what Terence Crawford is willing to accept for this fight. First of all, let's assume for a second that it's true that he's getting zero up front and 35% on the back end. Dude, that is Al Heyman's job to do that. If it's true, that is Al Heyman, who is the manager of Errol Spence Jr., not the promoter, right? He's not the promoter of the event. He is the manager. And the manager's job is to look out for the interest of the fighter that he is managing. That's his job. Brian McIntyre is Terence Crawford's manager. It is not Mac's job to make sure that Errol Spence Jr. gets a fair shake. It's not. It's his job to negotiate the best deal possible for his fighter. That is his fiduciary obligation to look out for his fighter and assume that the other manager is going to be able to look out for their fighter in a negotiation. Now, that is not telling me that I believe that he's getting no money up front, because we have not heard any of this actually from Terence Crawford. What we continue to hear this from are leaks that are out there. Right. And I know who the leaks are because the leaks actually said it on their live stream way before Mike Coppinger actually reported it. So hearing that he had wanted to know where all the money was and all of that, dude, Bernie the Boxer said that 2 weeks ago on his channel. Right. So where did Bernie the Boxer hear that? Bernie the Boxer heard that from Terence Crawford, or he heard it from Mac. He heard it in B&B Gym. So where would you suppose that Mike Coppinger got this same exact information 2 weeks later? He got it more than likely from B&B Gym. He got it from Terence Crawford. He got it from them that are saying, oh, look, this is, but at the same time, leaking it, but not saying that they're the ones that are that it's coming from them. So do I believe that these things are true? Look, they could be. If they are, let's just assume that they are, because, it is what it is. We don't know until we actually see what, his purse is if the fight gets made. If the fight doesn't get made, all of these numbers are just going to be out there in the wind, and people are going to be saying, well, the fight didn't happen because he didn't offer him any money, right? I just want to know why in the world he would accept no upfront money. Why would you do it? Just tell him no. That's not hard at all. If these guys say that they don't need Terence Crawford and, we don't need him, we can do anything, then why in the world, why are you doing it? Terence Crawford going into the negotiation said, I don't need this fight. I'm in the Hall of Fame, or I can go fight Jermell. In fact, he's still talking about fighting Jermell right now. If you don't need the fight, then why would you take no money up front and 35% of the net? Just doesn't make sense, man. It seems like it's a negotiation ploy to put pressure on Errol Spence Jr. and make the ramification of the fight not happening look like it is Errol Spence Jr. Now, Errol Spence Jr.'s camp is not doing any of that, though. least from what I've seen, not done any of that. Not telling people when the fight date is going to be, not telling people what the money's going to be, or all of those type of things to pressure Terence Crawford in the public eye. That's what it looks like to me. Pressure in the public eye, and trying to basically make the guy look bad in the press by letting out every very, in my opinion, suspicious, but if it is what it is. But anyway, we'll see what happens. I'm not that hopeful about this fight, honestly. I know it from what these guys are saying, that response that Jay Islam had in that they still want the fight, but, we'll see what happens. Anyway, you let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.